Good afternoon,
Okay.
everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And I'm very happy that so many of you have taken the first step towards learning how to grow microgreens. So, as Seema told you, after I adopted this whole plant-based lifestyle, I and my husband both have benefited a lot. So I have reversed my osteoporosis, I have reversed my hypertension, and I have lost 17 kgs of weight. So I'm much lighter. And mentally also, I think I'm much clearer and the haze is gone. So it's a great experience. And that's why I did facilitator training program from Sharan, so that I can spread the message of whole plant-based lifestyle, because it helps you in getting healthy and you're reversing your diseases without any medication. So it's all gain and gain, no loss, except for weight loss. So today we shall be doing microgreens.
Yeah.
So microgreens, I hope you are familiar with what are microgreens. And are some of you familiar with gardening or growing greens and growing vegetables and fruits? So all these moong, moat, all these sabut dals, chana, kala chana, kabli chana, rajma, and green matar, and lobia and soya beans. So all these are also there. And of course, you can get some of these seeds like pumpkin seeds or alfalfa seeds or sunflower seeds from the nursery and try to raise microgreens. I'm sure some of you would be growing some sprouts. So do you know what are the difference between sprouts and microgreens? Sprouts are actually when the seeds germinate and we only have the roots. And microgreens are when we have roots and shoots both and the first two leaves. So when you have the first two leaves and the plant is about 3 to 4 inches tall, then is the right time to harvest the microgreens. Microgreens are very rich in nutrients. Basically, they are nutrient dense. You have lots of potassium, iron, manganese, zinc. In fact, 4 to 40 times more as compared to the mature plants. And you also have a lot of antioxidants which help in scavenging the free radicals. So it also helps, microgreens are known to reverse or reduce chances of heart diseases, even reduce the cases of cancer and delay the Alzheimer's, which, most of us who are in senior age at least are very conscious of delaying Alzheimer's or dementia, because then you become almost like, without any memory, you don't recognize anybody and you don't know people who are very close to you, which is a very painful situation. So it helps you in reducing and delaying those chances. We will be using most of the seeds which we have in our kitchen. So I will be showing you some of the seeds which I have in my kitchen. Rye seeds, which is available in my kitchen. Then this is methi seeds, dana methi, which all of us use for tampering. We have this kalonji seeds, which is onion seeds. And then we have jeera, which we use for tampering every day. So these are some of the masalas which you have in your kitchen, which you can use for growing microgreens.
People are asking, can we have microgreens with its roots?
No, you should only have the shoots and the leaves. I, of course, have alfalfa seeds, which, because I am quite fond of gardening, so I grow lots of greens. So these are alfalfa seeds.
Wow, yeah.
And of course, I have red mooli seeds. And I also have white radish and red radish. I have beetroot seeds and spinach seeds. So I have all these, greens in my garden. So which I'm using for gardening and using daily for my smoothie. And of course, as I told you, I have these sabut moat, dana methi, which I have soaked, kala chana, kabli chana. So you would have noticed that I have soaked these big seeds in water. So the question which should be coming to your mind is, why do we need to soak seeds, and which seeds to soak and which seeds not to soak? In fact, if we did not soak seeds, and if the seeds would just germinate like that, then they should be germinating in my boxes. So normally the seeds have some inhibitory substances. It's a protective mechanism of nature so that they won't germinate. Split dals will not germinate. So only the whole seeds will germinate. And if there are big seeds, then you have to soak them in water to remove the inhibitory substances, and it will also expedite the process. So the seeds will germinate faster. When we raise sprouts, same process, we soak them for 8 to 10 hours and then remove water and put them in a muslin cloth or in a mesh bag, and then they sprout. So we stop at rooting process when we are sprouting. But in microgreens, we want shoot as well as root. And why sprouts are healthier than the whole dals? Because sprouts, when the roots germinate, there are some rooting hormones secreted, which are supposed to be very good, phytohormones, which are supposed to be very good for our health. So I have shown you some of the seeds which were available commonly in my kitchen. And I also want to, just revise that it is only the plants which can produce or synthesize food. I'm sure all of you know this process is known as photosynthesis, and plants in their leaves have this pigment which is known as chlorophyll. And with the help of carbon dioxide and water, they make carbohydrates. So they make food, and then all other animals or humans are dependent on plants for their food. So only plants are producers, primary producers, and all of us and all the animals are consumers. So, when people ask this question to the plant-based lifestyle people, that where will you get your calcium from, or where will you get your protein from? It really amazes me, because it is the primary producer which is producing these proteins or these minerals they are extracting from soil with the help of their roots. So all other animals are taking it from plants, and then at each trophic level there is a loss of energy and there is a loss of nutrients. So I would like to take it directly from plants rather than, first consuming an animal, which is in turn dependent on plants. So it's like, like taking a plant from farmer or taking a plant from retailer. So by the time it will come from retailer to the market, it will also be very expensive and it will also be stale. So if I get it directly from the farmer, it will be farm fresh. It will be fresh, full of flavor and full of color. So I don't want that middleman. Similarly, when you want nutrition, you don't want any middleman like an animal. You don't want eggs, you don't want milk. Plants are enough to give us all our needs.
They're asking chia, oregano, parsley, chives. Please tell us about that.
Yes, chia seeds also you can, chia and flax also you can generate as microgreens. In fact, I tried with chia seeds, but my chia seeds are old, because I use chia seeds only as, when you will soak your chia seeds, it will make like a, jelly kind of thing. So you are supposed to put the whole jelly on your soil or on your cocoa peat. So I will be showing you these methods. So what seeds you use does not matter. The method will remain the same. Only you have to see that smaller seeds are good for certain methods and bigger seeds are good for certain other methods. So I will be also telling you which type of seeds you should use in which type of medium. So the most common medium, we all grow plants. What is required if I want to say grow mooli or say grow spinach? So we need soil, we need pot to keep that soil. We need a drainage hole, because if you have overhydration, then it is not good. So drainage is very important, and your soil should also have some aeration. That's why normally they mix some sand in the soil. So there should be some pore size in the soil. So now I will be taking up how to grow microgreens. And first method I will be showing is growing microgreens in soil, which is the most popular medium, and all of us are used to doing that. So as I told you, we need drainage. So I'm showing you that I have made a hole in my pot, and I have a small piece of pot which I will be putting over this hole so that excess water can go from the pot.
Can you see now, Pushpa? Can you see pot?
And you can see the pot piece which I have kept over the hole. So I have put
Thank
this
you.
piece of clay pot over the hole, and now I'm putting some soil, garden soil. If you don't have garden soil, you can also buy from nurseries. So I have put soil almost 3/4 of the pot, and now I will be putting some seeds. So now I'm putting some moong seeds, sabut moong seeds. So now microgreens you can plant very densely. Otherwise, normally in such a small pot, you will only plant 1 or 2 seeds, but microgreens you can plant very densely because you want too many plants in a small pot. And now I have put the seeds. And if you are using moong seeds, which is about, I would say 2 millimeters, so you have to cover it with the layer of soil, which is almost the same size as the seeds. So I have covered.
How did you make hole in this pot?
You can make the hole with any screwdriver
Okay.
or any sharp object.
Okay. And how long did you soak the seeds?
About 8 to 10 hours, like in the evening I soaked at night.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So now I have put soil, and now I have to put a little bit of water. And like, some of you mentioned that sunlight is essential, but sunlight is not essential for germination. So initially the seeds don't need sunlight. So to begin with, you should cover your plant, your pot with a black paper or maybe with a newspaper, because I am keeping it simple so that what you have in your house. So you can cover it with a paper, or you keep in such a place where there is diffuse light, there is no direct light. So this, I have already sown moong seeds in this pot. So in 2 days, I should expect, sprouting, because Delhi is very cold. Otherwise, you normally get sprouting in 24 hours, but now we are taking about 36 to 48 hours, and you will get microgreens in about 10 to 12 days, depending on the weather. Maybe in Mumbai, you will get in 7 to 8 days. So maximum 14 days, you can harvest your microgreens. So this is the beauty, that you sow it today and another fortnight, you are ready with the microgreens. In fact, I don't need any greens to be bought from the market. So I have all these dhania, mint, coriander, spinach, radish, sarson in my pots. And of course, I have microgreens. So and cholai, green and red cholai. So I just take a little bit of all the leaves. So I have diverse palette for my smoothie. And why smoothie? Like Sharon, people would know that we begin our day with a green smoothie. So what is so particular about greens? As I said, green pigment, chlorophyll is only in plants, and that is life-giving. So they trap the energy of sunlight and make food for us. And if you would have known, the structure of chlorophyll and structure of hemoglobin is same, except for a cofactor, which is magnesium in case of chlorophyll and iron in case of blood. So the greens help us in, enhancing oxygen carrying capacity of our blood. So if you take smoothie laden with greens, and especially if you have microgreens in your smoothie, you are done for 3-4 hours. In fact, you won't feel
please check.
You won't feel hungry, and you will be, full, and you will get your quota of energy. So it's like power dense nutrition to begin your day. So I have already shown you one method growing microgreens in soil, and how they look after they have grown, that I'm just going to show you. So this is day 0 and this is day 15, because it's very cold in Delhi. So this is moong microgreens. When it grows a little bit taller, then you can harvest. You harvest with scissors and don't use the roots. So just use the shoot and the leaves portion. And after you harvest, your soil can go to your compost bin, because we haven't added any nutrition in this. So this is already depleted of its nutrients. So we can recycle this soil and then use it, so that it will be replenished with microbes after composting. So do not reuse the same soil. Otherwise, you will tell me that seeds are not germinating because there is not enough nutrition in the soil. And another thing I want to tell you, when you soak your seeds and the seeds which float on surface, please do not use them. They are not good for germination. So just discard those seeds which float. Take only the seeds which sink. So these are a few tips which you should remember when you begin growing microgreens.
So
and of course, I have also grown this rye microgreens. And if you were here, I wish you could taste, when we had on the spot classes, people would taste. So these rye or sarso microgreens are very tangy. Even radish microgreens are very tangy. And this is soft. And this is very flavorful. The soft microgreens are very flavorful. And you can see a few seeds. So you should discard that seed coat. Sometimes the seed coat remains. So discard this before making your smoothie. Just remove it with your hands. So these are some of the microgreens which I have grown in soil. So second method I will be showing you is growing microgreens in coco peat. Coco peat comes in the form of a brick. And I have given the link to Seema, and this is the coco peat piece of coco peat brick. I have given the link. You can buy from Amazon. So this is a sterile medium, and you will never have any infection problem if you use this coco peat. You have to soak this coco peat in water. So you can soak at night, and then you have to squeeze the extra. So I will put a stone in the pot like I did for the soil. So I'm showing you the second method. Now I'm showing you growing microgreens in coco peat. And I have soaked this coco peat in water. So I'm squeezing out the excess water. And I'm putting this coco peat. And coco peat retains moisture very well. So you don't have to worry about, watering too often, because that's normally the concern of people, that we don't have time. I can tell you, it takes very little time, and the pleasure it gives you is so rewarding. I almost talk to my plants like people talk to their pets. So it's real fun. So now I have filled my pot 3/4 with coco peat. And now I will be showing you. Now I am showing you soaking methi seeds, soaked methi seeds in this microgreens. And since my methi seeds are not so thick as moong seeds, so they are about maybe 0.5 mm. So I have put lot of seeds because microgreens are very densely planted. You might have bought some of these trays, from the microgreen vendors. They charge you.
So your laptop laga bhai.
You almost, pay 200 rupees for a small tray, and you can generate your own microgreens. So I have put methi seed, and now I will be putting a thin layer of coco peat.
Anmol.
So I have covered the seeds with a layer of coco peat. And then, as I told you, you can cover it with a newspaper or with a black paper and you are done. And you are ready to harvest your microgreens after, say, 12 days, 12 to 14 days, depending on the weather and depending on the seeds. Some seeds more time to germinate, some seeds germinate in 1 day. So I will be showing you some of the alpha microgreens which I have grown in coco peat. This is Dana Methi microgreens. This is Moat microgreens. And this is Sabut Moong microgreens. So these are in coco peat. And you can see how lush green they are, although Delhi is very cold. And in another 2-3 days, you can harvest them and use them because the first 2 leaves have already come. Only the shoot needs to be a little more longer. Even if you harvest now, it's good enough. So if you have one pot of maybe 8 inches, I think it will be enough for a family of 2-3 for the smoothie. And of course, you can put these microgreens in salads. You can put them in soups. In fact, you know, they are so crunchy and they are so flavorful. I mean, it would really add taste and flavor to your salads or soups, even on your pizzas. I would prefer that you use microgreens raw because, of course, cooking destroys the nutrients and we don't want to destroy. So we have shown you 2 methods, growing in soil and growing in coco peat. Another thing I told you, I wanted to tell you which method will be good for which type of seeds. So soil and coco peat, any seed you can grow. You can grow big seeds like moong, moat, kale chane, kabli chane, rajma, lobia, soya bean, and also methi or dhania or saunf and kalonji. And so you can use any of the seeds in these 2 methods.
There's just one clarification that maybe everyone would like. When do we remove the newspaper from the top?
I told you after 2 days, you know, after the germination
Okay.
has started.
Right. Okay.
Because
Thank you.
for germination, you don't need light. Either you keep in a place where there is diffuse light so that, you know, you don't have to cover. Or if you want to keep it in the open, you keep it with a paper or any object over it so that, you know, direct light is not there. Now the third method I will show you is growing microgreens in water. So some of you told me that we need soil or a medium to grow. So we actually don't need soil. Now there are a lot of hydroponics farms coming up, aquaponics farms coming up, and also what I am showing you, what you have at your home. You don't have to buy anything. You have these chalnis. So you have these chalnis with different pore size, and you need a bowl or a bucket to put water. So I am putting seeds in this chalni. So I am going to show you, I am putting kale chane in this. So I have this blank chalni and I have this pot. So just I need some kale chane soaked. So I have put kale chane soaked and I will be filling this bowl with water in a way that the lower surface of the chalni should dip in water, but the seed should not submerge. If the seeds submerge, they will not germinate. They will rot. And then, you know, you will get mold and you will tell me that your seeds are not germinating. So only your lower surface should touch water. The upper surface, in the chalni, there should be no water. So I'm going to pour water. And you keep checking, you know, like this. And since it will take 1 or 2 days to germinate, to the roots to come up, so the seed should not dry. So I am covering it with a napkin, wet napkin, so that seeds will not dry. And this is done. So this is third method, growing microgreens in chalni. And in this method, you need bigger seeds, unless you have a chalni with very small pore size. So I showed you different chalnis. So if I have this fine chalni, I can use methi seeds in this. In fact, some of my students in earlier classes sent me microgreens of rye in a chai ki chalni, steel chalni of chai, very fine mesh. So you can grow even smaller seeds, but generally I don't have that fine mesh. So I am only using bigger seeds. So I have shown you kale chane, but you can have microgreens of moong, mot, lobia, rajma, even dana methi. It grows very well in this method. And if you have a very fine pore size mesh, you can grow fine seeds also. Now I will be showing you some of the seeds which I have already germinated in this method. So this is, I'm sure you can recognize, this is sabut moong microgreens. And can you see the roots? It's like Babaji ki dadi. So the roots will go into water. And I have taken normal tap water. Generally, scientifically, they say pH of 6 to 6.5 is ideal for growing microgreens. So if you feel, because normally pH of water is neutral, which is around 7, so you can put 1 or 2 drops of lemon juice if you like. But I have done it with simple tap water. And if there is a lot of chlorine in your area, then just fill the water and leave it open for some time for chlorine to dissipate, because otherwise it will harm. So it is as simple as that, just putting the seeds in a chalni and covering it with a napkin so that the seeds remain wet. After 2 days, you can remove the napkin. Seeds would have germinated, the roots have gone to water, and you are done. So in 10 to 12 days, you will have all these microgreens ready. So this is sabut moong. This is sabut dana methi. And these are the roots. This is dana methi. And these are kale chane. Of course, it's not microgreens right now because it's now baby plants, because this one grew really fast. So can you see they're almost 1 feet tall?
Yes, we can see.
So these are not microgreens at this stage. So these are baby plants. So you just need a chalni and a bucket of water or a bowl of water.
Oh yeah, they are so big. So they are baby plants now.
Yeah, they are baby plants. They have crossed the microgreen stage and you have these roots.
So we can cut them from above and then use.
Yes, you just cut them from scissors. So now I can make, like you make aloo methi.
Please
So I
put
can
them
make
down.
this aloo chana saag.
Okay.
Because it's not microgreens, but I can put in my smoothie also, because we don't only put microgreens. So I have shown you 3 methods, and you have also seen that without soil you can still grow plants. So now the 4th method I will be showing you is, if there are some people who don't want to mess around, because kitchen is a bit messy and the garden is messier. So like I have the cocoa peat pieces all over my mat. So I will be showing you, you can grow these microgreens on your kitchen towel. And which seeds will be suitable for kitchen towel? Very small seeds, like, ajwain, like your kalonji, like your rice, sarson, or alfalfa. And I also want to give you a message to try to be as plastic free as possible. So I am using these cardboard trays, which the mother dairy was giving in the vegetable shop, organic vegetables. And I have kept 4 to 5 layers of this kitchen towel, which all of us have in our kitchen. So I have kept maybe 8 layers. So I have kept these 8 layers. And now I'm going to put some water. So I'm going to wet this kitchen towel with water. So I have put water in my kitchen towel. I have made it wet. Can you see? I have made it wet. Seema, can you see?
Yes, yes, we can see that.
Okay, so I am going to put some kalonji seeds. And since kalonji is a very small seed, I have not soaked them. There is no need to soak. So
Okay,
I'm
so
going
kalonji we are not sowing. So that's onion seeds, nigella seeds, right?
yes.
So we're not soaking them.
So I'm not soaking them. So I'm just putting from my bottle straight into the kitchen towel. You can also get ajwain, you can get rai, you can get cholai. All these seeds are suitable for this method. And since we have to plant quite a few seeds because microgreens can be grown very close to each other, and that's the beauty that they can be harvested very fast. So within 14 days your crop is ready. So you don't have to wait for the farmer, for 3 to 4 months, because people don't have that much patience. So you can put all over and maybe put a few drops of water with your hand. Just and try to spread the seeds all over. And then cover it with a newspaper or with a black paper. Basically, you have to black out so the seeds will germinate. So this is done. And every day you will have to water it at least 2 times. Because I have taken 8 layers. If you think you cannot water it twice, so maybe you take another 2-3 layers extra so that it will retain enough moisture and you can water once a day. So depending on your convenience, but I like to see my plants at least twice a day. So I was taking 8 layers. So this is done. And now I will show you how the plants look on this. These are ajwain microgreens. Can you see tiny, tiny green leaves?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Wow. So these seeds are also not soaked.
No. And these are alfalfa seeds.
Wow. Lovely.
So this is alfalfa and ajwain microgreens. So these are ready to harvest. So you can harvest and put in your smoothie or in your salad or on your pizza, in your soup, and they will be, crunchy and flavorful and nutrient dense. So I showed you smaller seeds are useful for this tissue or kitchen towel method. So that was the 4th method. Now I will be showing you the growing microgreens in coir mat. And coir mat you can get from Amazon. Coir mat comes like this.
Wow. Okay.
So if you buy it once and the same piece of coir mat, you can keep using. I use at least 4 to 5 times because we believe in sustainable development.
So
So we
how much
have,
one can buy from, like what
you,
quantity?
you can buy once and or you can even get cut pieces in it, but they are like more expensive. So depending on your convenience, you can buy. So now I have cut coir mat in the size of my tray, same supple tray, cardboard tray, and I will wet my coir mat. So you have to almost drench it with water. One thing all of you who are not familiar with gardening must remember that when your baby plants are small, don't put water with pressure. So either use a can like this, watering, or
We
you
can see
have
that,
this
yeah.
mineral water bottle in your home. So put some holes in the putting water in my coir mat. My coir mat is wet now, and you can use methi seeds or any small seeds. So I am putting some methi seeds on this mat. So on half portion of this mat, I have put dana methi seeds, and on the other half, I'm going to put some sabut moong. So you can make two kinds of microgreens on the same tray, because different pulses or different seeds have different kinds of nutrients. So this is done. It's as simple as that, just soaking the seeds and putting it in this mat, and then again blacking out, covering with a newspaper.
That's
So
really easy.
very easy. Only you have to every day water twice. That's all. And you can water like this with a spoon, or you can water with a sprinkler if you have. And if you don't have, take the mineral water bottle. On the lid, make some holes with the needle, make it hot on the gas and make holes. And then put water with that. So this is done. So I can have two kinds of microgreens on the same tray. And of course, I'm going to cover it like this. I will show you some of the microgreens which I have already made so that you know how it looks. This is rye microgreens. They are very tangy actually, kata kata. And this is methi. This is ajwain. And of course, I also had these alfalfa, but they have now withered because I didn't harvest them hoping that they would last till today, but they did not. So this is in coir mat. And in this, you don't have to worry so much about watering because this is, coir is coconut fiber basically. So it retains water. So even if you water once, it's good enough. So it's just soaking the water and putting it on the coir mat and then covering it and leave it. And then you will have after 12 days, 14 days. Some people are not very comfortable at the idea of buying this coir mat or coco peat. And luckily, Dr. Nandita sent me a video where somebody had grown plants or microgreens, baby plants on cloth piece. So I also tried and standardized. So not to worry if you are not interested to buy coir mat. So I'm going to show you, all of us have a lot of old clothes, any old bed sheet. Only caution is, please do not use a piece of towel or a cloth which has a lot of fiber, because then the roots of the plant will get entangled in the fiber. So take a normal bed sheet, old bed sheet. I have cut it to the size of my tray. I have used single layer, But if you don't want to water it too often, like I told you in the case of kitchen towel also, maybe you can use 2 layers. You don't have to worry about watering twice a day. So basically you can soak your cloth in water. Seeds have enough nutrients to carry them to baby plant stage. So whatever the farmers are putting lots of chemicals, fertilizers, pesticides, and we are always asked this question that why organic, and organic is expensive, and you are not sure whether it is organic. So at least you can raise your own greens. So I have made this wet bedsheet piece, and I am going to put some alfalfa seeds on one side.
These are also not to be soaked, right?
No, smaller seeds don't need to be soaked. In fact, soaking helps to expedite the process. Otherwise, it will take 1 day extra. And unless we soak, the seeds will not germinate. So either you soak in water, or when you put in soil, you put water, they will soak themselves. That's why, so these masalas and pulses in our kitchen don't germinate, because that is nature's protective mechanism. So seeds don't germinate unless given optimum conditions to germinate. So I have put alfalfa seeds on one side, and I am going to put this sabut moat or matki. I think in Maharashtra they call it matki. And I am putting lot of plants, otherwise a lot of seeds. Otherwise, when you, for example, if you are growing radish, or if you are growing sarson, you will maybe put 4 or 5 seeds in a 8 or 10 inches pot. So here the density of plants is very high. You would have bought these microgreen trays and you would have known. Normally they sell in plastic things. So I prefer not to increase my carbon footprint. So I'm using these trays which normally people would have discarded. And they last for 10-12 days. So good enough for my microgreen work. So that is the last method. And you don't have to worry at all about buying coir foam, about buying even kitchen towel. So this is your old whatever tablecloth, or you have these bed sheets, or you have some of these jeans.
So you mean any old cloth can work?
Any cloth which is a little thicker but not lot of fiber. So don't put in towel or napkins kind of things, because otherwise that will be damaging the roots. So this I have put on the cloth, and of course you will cover it. So we will be blacking it out for say 24 to 48 hours, depending on the germination time. Some seeds germinate very fast, some seeds take a little longer. So just be watchful, and once the seeds germinate, remove the newspaper. So I will be showing you some of the microgreens which I have already done on the cloth. These tiny little ones are cholai, and this is soft. So you can see some of these seeds on top, seed coat. So you have to remove them when you put in your smoothie, because they are not good. So we have done all these 5 methods, and I am also showing you, some of you might be taking this, wheatgrass juice in the morning.
Lovely.
So you can grow wheatgrass on cloth. So this is on the same bed sheet I have grown. So this is wheatgrass, and this is jaw.
Okay, so mean wheatgrass is wheat berries and joy is the whole wheat with the husk and all. Outer covering also.
So
Jaw.
you can even grow these. So you don't need pots, you don't need soil, just need a piece of bed sheet and some seeds and you can grow. And there is no chance of going wrong. So this is like a foolproof method. Only if you put by mistake more water, just drain out the excess water. So I think I have shown all the methods which I wanted to show you, and I will be ready to take questions.
So we can. What did you put under the small clay pot? There was a small.
There was a small
broken
piece
piece
of
of-
clay pot only, because I made a drainage hole. But if I put soil just like that, the soil will come out from the hole. So I put a small piece of clay pot only, broken clay pot. Yes.
Where the roots are to be eaten or thrown away. And I think that may be a...
No, roots are not to be eaten. Roots are not to be eaten. Roots are to be thrown away. Only the top 3 to 4 inches of shoot and the first 2 leaves is the microgreen. After that, it becomes baby plant, but you can still use it.
Right.
You can
And
still use it. It's a baby plant. Like, we use spinach or we use dhania or we use methi.
Right.
Same way I can use this, but that's not microgreen. So I just wanted to show you that this is a baby plant now. In fact, maybe even cross the baby plant stage.
Okay.
Can we use cocoa peat again or cocoa that coir? Can we use it again?
Use and you can reuse. I use at least 4 or 5 times. Because every time after I harvest my seeds, plants, I remove the mesh of the roots from the coir mat with hand and then leave it in the sun to dry. So when you leave it in the sun to dry, it will also disinfect itself. And it's a very sterile medium. In fact, cocoa peat or coir mat is the most sterile medium. So the chances of infection are much less because in the soil, sometimes you may get infection.
How often do we change? We have to change that water under the sieve, that chunni.
Preferably maybe every 2-3 days. But I haven't really changed except for once.
Okay. And how much sunlight do we require? Should we change water in the colander too?
See, sunlight, diffuse sunlight is good enough. In fact, I put it in my courtyard on the top of my washing machine. So I have that about 3 by 3 square feet area.
Can we use sesame for microgreens?
Yes, you can. Yes, you have.
And
but
how
you
to grow dhania?
Have seeds, complete seeds. Don't take the polished seeds or chila seeds. So take these blacks still and you can grow.
And how to grow dhania?
Dhania is a dicot plant. So dhania you have to break into 2. So you can take dhania in a polythene and roll with a balan. And the seeds will break into 2. And then only they will germinate. If you take the whole seed, it will not germinate.
How to grow mint?
Mint
is not a microgreen.
No, it's not a microgreen.
It's not a microgreen. So you can grow the mint.
Mint, you can see, I get mint, organic mint from my vendor. So I just keep 3-4 twigs, remove the excess leaves from bottom, just leave the top, 2-3 leaves, and then put those 4-5 twigs in a glass of water. And in 4 or 5 days, the rooting will happen in the glass of water, and then you plant it in your pot.
Can we use seeds from market as they are poisoned?
You can get organic seeds from market also. Online, lot of, in fact, I see Trust Basket and Organify Me and several vendors which are selling organic seeds also.
Alfalfa and radish seeds are not same.
No,
they are different.
Alfalfa is different. Radish is different. In fact, you get radish. I have at least 4 to 5 different types of seeds. There are long radish, white radish, pink radish, and there is circular radish. So they are different.
When to put in sunlight? How much sunlight? So that question is coming again and again.
After 2 days, you can put I mean, diffuse sunlight, don't put it where there is lot of sunlight, because their plants are baby plants and they are very fragile. So they may die.
Can you please harvest the microgreens? You can just show us how to harvest.
So I'm going to show you how to harvest. So I'm just going to cut these like this. So then you can put in your salads or in your soups. Just eat them raw. Please don't cook them and don't spoil their nutrition. And if you have any seed coat part stuck on the leaf, just remove it with your hand.
These are the shoots.
So
Okay.
these are the microgreens which you can consume in any way you like, even raw like this.
And how to store microgreens in fridge and for how long?
I won't recommend storing in fridge.
Can we grow bajra and jowar?
I actually grew bajra and jowar also, but because I did not harvest them at proper time, they overgrew and then the mold came. So because too much water drenched for so many days. So normally if you harvest in 10-12 days, in fact I grew gehu, bajra, jowar and jaw.
What about millets, ragi and other millets?
Ragi I haven't tried, so I can't say.
So, and are we washing these microgreens before using?
Anything I won't use without washing.
Is the first 2 leaves considered as microgreens?
Yes, first 2 leaves and top 3 to 4. So this is microgreen.
Okay, which method is suitable for bajra? I think the
Bajra
method
is small, so bajra will be good for soil. Bajra will be good for cocoa peat, because soil and cocoa peat is good for any seeds, whether big or small.
Okay.
And bajra will be good for tissue. Bajra will be good for cloth. Bajra will also be good for coir mat. But chalni will be difficult for bajra unless you have a very fine chalni.
And how to grow garden cress seeds?
Same way.
Ranjita is asking, what is jaw?
Barley.
Can we use plates instead of cardboard trays? Yes, you can use
You can use
plates also.
plates. In fact, you can use some of these.
Yes, you can grow flex seeds too.
You can use these fruit, like I get grapes in this.
Yeah, so
grapes.
you can use any tray,
You
mud
can
tray,
use any
clay
tray,
pots.
but I didn't want to show plastic because I want to show you a sustainable method.
Yeah, Mona said pizza box. Wonderful.
Pizza
Yeah,
box.
use those boxes too.
Pizza box, shoe box. In fact, you can remove the coconut, break it into half and that.
Wow,
half
that
of
green coconut, the
even
water one.
even the green coconut you can use.
Soil has a lot of minerals. Where do minerals come from with other mediums for microgreens?
Seeds have enough. I told you seeds have enough for small stage, till microgreen stage. If you want to go for complete plant, obviously we need to supplement with compost. So since we are doing organic farming, so we put vermicompost or we put that Gai ka gobar compost.
How long soak seeds before? Okay, so different seeds need different soakings. Smaller seeds do not need soaking, and the bigger seeds need soaking. Do we need fertilizer?
No, not for microgreens.
Please, for smoothie recipes, please go on Sharon website and you can find number of smoothies there. Please try them. Anu is asking for soaking time for some seeds.
Normally soaking
Different.
time is overnight. 8 to 10 hours is good enough.
Can we grow turmeric as a microgreen?
No.
Thank you, everyone. Let me just end this session. Thank you, Dr. Suman. Please enjoy your microgreens. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.